The app available from the App and Play Store.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
How
for
are
having
you?
me, Sonia. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You're looking well.
I'm always. The happier you are, the better you feel and look.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I guess that you are super excited about your upcoming film.
And I
Do tell us about the role, which I feel in the trailer makes it look like we don't get to see a lot of you, but I feel like there's a bit of a twist there.
so yeah, you're absolutely right. You got it right. You must have got the memo that the old man gets killed right up front,
Uh-huh.
close to the opening scene. And the the director was very honest with me when he spoke to me about this film. He didn't sell me scenes and didn't sell me screen time. He told me the way it was, and I've been told. He said, "No, you're not going to do the film." And I said, "But I'm taking a real wild swing at this one." So, what's the worst that can happen is that we'll have a nice conversation, and you'll end up saying no. I think that was very disarming of him and very charming and very honest of him. However, yes, I do feature through the film actually.
Mm.
Each suspect, there will be an interrogation, and with each interrogation, that person will have his side of the story, or an alibi, or a lie, whatever it is.
Right,
And
right,
that
right.
lie includes me in almost everybody's no, in everybody's story. And then you finally know what really happened, what transpired. So it's not that it's a he's there throughout the movie. I would
Mm.
say it is the role that I would have plumbed for with my eyes closed.
Mm.
But I I enjoy the genre very much. I haven't seen a film in India in a long time which has a whodunit, Knives Out, Agatha Christie,
Yeah,
Death on the Nile, Murder on the Orient Express kind of thing. And I just kind of got drawn to it. Plus, the director was a wonderful guy, was very clear in what he wanted to do. And we read the script together. I said, instead of you sending me the script, and said, because it's not very tempting to be, I was very honest with him. I may not even read it. I'll send it back and say, I'm not interested. But I said, let's read it together. And we
mm.
took 2 or 3 days to read the script on the Zoom together. And I said, at least it's tight. And I'm there throughout. And it'll be a great experience. And I love encouraging young directors. And he's a man who
Absolutely.
needed the encouragement. And here
Yeah.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Wow. You've been an actor. I mean, you've been doing what you've been doing for so long now that you've gone out. I don't mean to make you sound old or anything, but you're seasoned
You did.
actor. And I do apologize for that. But you know what? You've been doing it incredibly well as well. And we've seen you in so many different roles, playing them to perfection. My favorite has to be in comedy. I love your comedy. I really do. I think it fits you like a glove. You fit it like a glove, and you do it so seamlessly. What's your favorite? What do you really enjoy the most? What sort of genre would you like say is
I
like,
don't think I
yes,
don't
this
think
is
it's a genre
mm,
which attracts me. I think
okay.
roles that challenge me.
Mm,
Eventually, acting is the noblest way of telling a lie. And if I can, the greater the lie,
mm,
the greater the chops, and the greater the effort to put that lie across the screen.
yes,
So
yes.
for me, I think Khosla Ka Ghosla was for me, and I don't think people have watched it in the UK so much.
Mm,
It's one of those cult films that took place about 18, 20 years ago. Um, Incredible film set in Delhi.
hmm.
I'm playing a ruthless, crude Delhi builder. And it's funny also, it's deliciously funny. And
Mm.
everybody says he's the wrong guy. And then I said to myself, no, I'm going to take it because everybody says I'm the wrong guy. I'm going to prove him wrong.
Prove
And,
them wrong,
and
yeah.
probably it's one of my most appreciated roles from
Wow.
the entire from the entire list.
Amazing, amazing. How was it working with Ravi Chabria? This is his first directorial film.
If there was in the script, there was something that I would question. He had the answer. He would defend.
Mm.
But when it was not worth defending, he would say, you know what, I need to work on that. For me, that kind of honesty and dedication to understand that nothing is perfect, and anything
Yeah.
worked on till the day of the shoot. So we worked a lot on this, on the character and the script in general for a long time before we went to Budapest.
Mm.
And then the last thing I'd ever want to do is to sit and have a discussion about the role or the script on the set.
Hmm. Hmm.
I am the director, and I don't even need to talk on the set. We do one more because we've already rehearsed it. We do
Absolutely.
one more.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is maybe a little faster, a little slower, a little louder, a little softer. That's a little over
Mm.
the top. More, that's not, that's all you need.
Preparation is key, right?
Preparation is key. And there he
Yeah.
was well prepared on every department. So
Mm.
it was actually a piece of cake to work with Ravi, simply because he was so well prepared, and he was open. It's not that, look, I've been working on the script for 2 years. Don't, he
Mm.
didn't have any of that. He was
Mm.
willing to accept places where he felt those are little gray areas that he could work on. And
Yeah.
sometimes he said, no, it'll work. Don't worry about it. The moment somebody says that, okay, stop meddling in his life.
Yeah.
It was great
Yeah.
working with him. I'm very proud of him. I hope
Wow.
he hears this interview.
That's lovely. And it's so important to also stay coachable, isn't it? And open to changes, open to education of all
Oh,
sorts so that, you
as
don't
am
come
I.
across with that whole,
As am I,
yeah,
Miss Sonia.
yeah,
I'm willing. Someone said, "What the hell was that?" I mean, he wouldn't say that thing. So I said, look a little fake.
yeah.
Nobody said that, thankfully, on this set. But I'm willing to listen to that.
Yes.
Because what are we looking for eventually while we are lying? We're looking for the most truthful moment in all those lies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if it's not truthful, then you can act your backside off and it's not going to work. You can
Absolutely.
emote, or you can do histrionics, but it doesn't work as long if it's not truthful. I'd love
Absolutely
I'd
right.
love to take it on the chin, just as I expect people to give me their best. I expect to give my best to them.
Hmm. Do you, I mean, I'm guessing that you're at a stage in your career where you're not sort of, itching to go back and watch what you've, the entire project. Do you go back and watch every film that you've done to say, is there a particular type of film that you go back and say, I really want to see how that turned out collectively? No?
Watch my own films. Something very strange happened the other day. I was
Uh,
in a lounge in Muscat, uh, picked up my coffee, and I went and I sat, and there was this TV out there, and I suddenly, it was a very odd moment, I saw my own big face over there on it. And I was, for a second, I was pretty caught like a rabbit in headlights. And then suddenly I watched for about 15 seconds, and I looked to the right and looked to the left. I said, I hope nobody's looking at me, looking at myself.
my
So,
goodness.
and I don't like to watch myself. It's done, over,
Really?
dusted, move on, try and reinvent yourself. Stop watching yourself. I haven't seen, the only movie that I've ever rewatched after all these years was Koslaga Gosla. I
Mm,
saw that once in its entirety.
right, right. Interesting, very interesting. Because I'm wondering whether it's because, sometimes you just have this sort of cringe thing when you watch yourself back.
You
Not you in
do.
particular, but, I know that I do many times.
Yeah.
And, or is it, just that because you're comfortable now and you know that, or is it that you'll nitpick?
I nitpick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's a
nitpick.
big thing,
And then
isn't it?
sometimes I say, people who sit and talk about this, I mean, every time they meet me, I don't think it's so great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are they going on and on about? I don't think it's so great. Maybe, so that's why I just let it be and move on. I just like to move
Mm.
on.
Well, just to let our listeners know, I am in conversation with the incredibly versatile and super talented Boman Irani. Actor, comedian, voice dubbing artist. I think it's necessary to add that to the list.
No, 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 no need, no need.
No?
No.
And recently turned filmmaker, director.
Yes.
How was that
Writer,
for you?
director. Yes. Yes. Proud to be. Debuted at
Yeah,
65. There, I told you my age. Yeah. Debuted at 65. Yeah.
brilliant. How was it? How was that experience for you?
Oh
Having
boy.
been, in front of the camera all this time now, and then suddenly you're the one kind of calling the shots in a way.
So this was something I always wanted to do, tell a story. I did not know what kind of story I was going to tell. So I
Mm,
made this film called The Mehta Boys,
mm,
and I would really, really love it to for you to watch it on Prime. But this film was something that I had to fulfill a kid's dream, and very emotional process, an enjoyable process. People say, "Oh, filmmaking is very hard, and you lose your temper and you get angry." None of that happened. None of
mm.
them happened. I said, why am I going to fulfill a childhood dream? Say, I want to go to Disneyland and be miserable at Disneyland if that was my childhood dream. You
Yeah.
gotta be happy in what you did. However, there's a lot of love that came for that movie, and
What a film. Very, very good. Very well done.
and
Very
I
emotional.
have this beautiful anecdote to share. Is about a
Yeah.
friend of mine told me about his director friend from the South who watched the movie, called up his father, who he hadn't spoken to in 12 odd years, and said,
Mm,
"Dad, I want to meet you and I want to watch a movie with you." And then the whole family got into the act, and 22 of them sat and watched it together.
mm.
For me, I mean, there's no greater prize than movies can be cinematic wonders and all that. But if it don't touch you as human beings, then I think they're not doing full justice as filmmakers. They should touch you in some form or the other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And will we see more from you as a director?
Of course,
Yeah.
of
Yeah. I like
course.
that. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. So we're talking about Detective Sherdil.
Sherdil.
Sherdil. And of course, it stars also Diljit Dosanjh.
And he is a wonderful guy, and he's one of the most grounded, respectful human beings I've ever met. And
Yeah.
such a talent. I mean, look at the versatility that he can fill up a stadium, perform. Does wonderful comedy too, and
Yeah.
be the cynosure of all eyes at the Met Gala. Oh, I mean, come on, he's the whole package, right? He's wonderful. He's really
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also Ali Abbas Zafar.
The moment Ravi Chabria, the director, got me on the phone and convinced me very sweetly to do the film. Aliya Abbas Zafar was just saying, "My God, I never believed you would have said yes, but thank you for
Mm,
saying yes." And and he was there throughout the thing, taking care of everybody in a different avatar. He's a great
mm,
guy.
mm. So, Detective Sherdil, what would you expect or like viewers to take away from this film?
Well, I'll say this, that yes, of course, you will be drawn in and kept engaged to be one up on the storytellers by figuring out who the murderer is.
Mm,
Um, but I think that's just one excuse to tell you a story about a family dynamic,
yeah,
about love and hatred and jealousy and greed. There's so many different emotions and that come into play. But what's going to keep you interested is the mystery. Because
mm,
people are inquisitive by nature. Everybody feels that they know they knew. I told you right at the beginning, didn't I tell you this guy is over
yeah, yeah,
right? But eventually, you're going to identify with the film with the family dynamic. Uh,
yeah. Okay, okay. I'm terrible with whodunits because I think I spoil it for everybody else in the room because I'm like, no, it's that person, and oh, that's why. Look, they just said this, or they said it like this, or they
and
raised an eyebrow.
how
You
many
can
times have
tell
you been right?
many times. I
Oh,
have to say,
really? Then you're
yeah.
terrible for whodunits.
This is what I mean. I spoil it for everyone. I really do.
Wow.
Um, and most people give me that look, like that side look, like just calm down.
Shut the
Don't
hell
don't
up,
say all that.
man.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Just leave it there, leave it for us to guess. Boman, it's been incredibly beautiful speaking to you. Really has. It's been a lovely experience. Thank you so much for taking the
Thanks
time.
for having me,
And I
sir.
wish you all the very best. And I really look forward to more films from you as a director as well.
You've got it.
Really do. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Bye.
The app available from the App and Play Store.